If I see one more piece of fucking saran wrap doubling as water in a display, I'm gonna fucking lose my mind.
Man, I used to play the trap spot, propped on the block like I was part of the backdrop. Now it's scale, props, effects, and backdrops. The right lighting, you never catch me biting. Say you make it look so real when you pose the figures fighting. I caught lightning, stuck it in the detour. Replicate epic scenes from the Cree War. Compose pieces with artists that span the globe. Fearsome foes, Spidey in the picture perfect pose. Insert the comic book cutout to shoot a show. Oh, you ain't know? Yo, everybody know me. I made nerds cool nerd like my man Zobi. Took the everyday display, gave it a spark. Welcome to articulated comic book art.
That's crispy.
Got the SH Figure Arts episode 1 Obi-Wan Kenobi here open. I'm really happy with this figure and the way it came out. It's really clean. What you would normally expect from SH Figure Arts. They've been doing really well with the Star Wars line. He's got 3 sets of interchangeable hands. He's got the saber hilt that can attach to his belt that you see there. That's detachable. Then he's got the green and the blue saber, which represents his blue saber at the time and Qui-Gon's green saber. I'm hoping that we actually get Qui-Gon at some point too. Just loads of articulation, extra, an interchangeable head, and it's just a really clean, nice looking figure. Really happy with this guy. And there you can see Obi-Wan next to to Darth Maul. They're about the same height. I feel like Obi-Wan might be just a tad bit taller. I've got his head kind of tucked down a little bit, but I think the scale was about right. It wasn't like Maul was like a really huge dude. but yeah, they look great. I didn't really get to show Maul in the last episode. I'm trying to really go through a lot more things in this episode and make this one a little more hefty than the last. But if you're not really up on these Figure Arts Star Wars figures, time is kind of running out for you to do it and do it at a reasonable price. I got a couple of other things I need to show from Figure Arts Star Wars too.
If you want to live, you have to become strong. The Walking Dead. No man.
Alright, I think I'm okay with this as my entry for the tournament. The theme is betrayal. I thought I would play a little funny theme on that with the ongoing joke that Piccolo was always more of a dad to Gohan than Goku. And you see Gohan running past Goku and kind of like mushing him and running to Piccolo. I'm going to add one more cutout to this, but I think I'm okay with this. It's not really framed the way it should be in the picture as far as this video is concerned, but I'm just shooting right now. Today is the 20th, I guess. The 18th was my birthday. I just came back from a little dinner with my family, and I'm just trying to hurry up and finish this before the deadline. And yo, I'm out of my mind. I'm actually pretty twisted right now, but it's all good. Got to get the job done no matter what. So I'm down here on the floor trying to get this situated before the deadline. That's what it is. I was out and about today. I said I'm gonna get up early and go hit up Toys R Us, and I was trying to get there as they was opening because I figured they was gonna get a shipment today. I didn't get out as early as I wanted to. I got there at like 10:30 and they opened at 9. But I was lucky, and they had put out a new case of the Spider-Man wave. I know I'm super behind on this, but you know, I haven't really been in a hurry on the Legends because I always got a fallback of just getting a case through one of the online retailers if I actually need to. I still do enjoy the hunt of it all, but I was lucky and I found a Venom and a Spider-Gwen, I guess, which I'll show in a moment, and those were the last two I was missing for the Absorber Man wave. I really do like the Absorber Man Build-A-Figure. I guess I'll show him in a moment too, but this Venom is really nice. Definitely the classic 90s sort of looking Venom, and they definitely picked the right mold for him. I don't even have any A.C.B.A tendrils myself. I need to get some more, I guess, when we put out the new batch. But yeah, I'm definitely digging this Venom. And my daughter actually got me this female beetle figure and the speed demon. I had already actually copped one speed demon from this wave, but I definitely want 3 speed demons. It's a great figure for still motion. Any speedster is a great figure for still motion. And this is 3 of the 5 members, I guess, from the Superior Foes of Spider-Man. I'm not sure if they ended up adding another member down the line or if Silvermane became a member. It was a really nice touch for them to put the Silvermane in with Speed Demon. That was really, really cool. But I also, after my daughter got me the figures for my birthday, I went and I picked up the soft cover of the first volume of Superior Foes of Spider-Man, because I did read Superior Spider-Man up until about the Goblin arc. I guess I finished the Goblin arc, which I didn't like, but I didn't read any of those tie-ins and stuff like that. So I went back and got the soft cover. I read that, and it was good, man. It was really cool. I haven't been in the loop as far as reading comics in a while. I got that bug again now. I'm kind of want to go back and get volume 2 and get a couple of other things that I heard that was good. I want to read Spider-Verse, which I didn't read. But, I'm doing all of this just to kind of get ideas for setups and different things like that. But this book was really, really funny. The art wasn't that amazing or anything like that, but it was clever. It was funny. It was definitely entertaining. And I'm excited to see Hasbro finish off this team. They should be giving us Shocker, a new, more modern Shocker, and hopefully Overdrive to finish out this team. It'd be nice if we got like a mechanical body for Silvermane or something like that too. But yeah, pretty happy with the way things is going as far as Hasbro completing teams and stuff like that. And there's a look at Silvermane there. Like I said, that was a nice touch. And thanks to everybody who wished me happy birthday on Facebook or Instagram or whatever. I definitely had a good birthday, and thanks to my girl and my family, and everybody who got me something or took me out or whatever the case may be. I made 35 years old. Usually every year on my birthday, I'll shoot something for my channel and just get a day to just kind of play with my toys and kick back. I didn't really get that opportunity this year, so I'm doing it now. The weekend after. I actually just saw Batman versus Superman the other day too, which I didn't really enjoy too much. Talked about it a bit in the group with people. There's a thread going on. I guess it'll be going on for the next week or so. But yeah, once again, thanks to everybody, and thanks to my daughter's mom too for. I mean, obviously my daughter didn't go out and buy stuff, so so yeah, thanks to everybody, man. Much love to everybody who showed me love. Well, officially back at it with my original shooting camera. I got a new charger in for my camera today. This is the camera that I've been shooting on forever. This was actually like a gift from the community. I spoke about this before. My man Slinks had spearheaded a movement to get me this camera, and I love the way this camera shoots. It's really small and compact and easy to move around with, and it just shoots a much better picture as far as video goes, and it takes pretty good pictures as well. So I just been kind of out of the loop, and I really just been bullshitting about getting the wire because I had to order it through eBay. There's no way that I could go in the store and get it because this is an old camera. It's outdated, so I had to order it through eBay, and I just been bullshitting and just been busy. But I'm happy to have my camera back to shoot now. I got so much stuff to shoot, and I guess I'll be keeping in that little bit of footage that I shot with the other camera. You could definitely see the difference. But anyway, we got the all SH Figuarts Star Wars The Force Awakens figures here. Got the First Order Stormtroopers and Kylo Ren and Captain Phasma. So really happy with what Figuarts is doing. Definitely excited to get some of the original trilogy characters from them this year. And today they actually just premiered the teaser for Rogue One, which looks pretty good. Looks promising. Looks like it's in a more serious light than The Force Awakens. The Force Awakens had a lot of playful banter and some lighthearted ideas and things. This seems like it'll be a little more serious, so I'm definitely looking forward to that. Pretty sure Rogue One is at the end of this year, maybe. But up next we got um, Captain America: Civil War, which is popping off in less than a month. Definitely excited to see how that's gonna turn out. So I already showed Kylo Ren and the Stormtrooper, the First Order Stormtrooper in the last episode, and praised the Stormtrooper. I really, really love the design on these and how they move. SH Figure Arts knocked it out of the park with those. So really just focusing on Captain Phasma, which is a nice figure, but I don't know if it's going to end up being the best Captain Phasma from any company. I think she could have been a little taller. She's just about the same height as Kylo Ren. I don't know if that was. I mean, she seemed larger in the movie to me, and a little more broad as well. The design is still kind of like sleek and slender. I would think that she was a little taller. But my gripes with the figure though is that the hands don't stay on as well as they could. That it's a little slender, and that the armor may be a little too clean. Maybe they could have dirtied it up a little bit more. But overall, it's still a really nice figure. I do like the fact that when you take the cloak off, you can add on the other shoulder pad and make everything look good, and that you can remove the cloak. And it's not soft goods, but it is soft enough rubber where it sits nicely and it looks really cool. So moving right along. Trying to work on my third round entry for the photo combat tournament. I'm really annoyed I can't really seem to get anything right or really get a idea down that I really like or care about. This is okay. I mean, it's a decent display, but I don't know if it's really tournament material. It's kind of just whatever. I don't know. Still working out the kinks here. Changed it up a little bit. Brought the camera in a little bit. Switched up a few things a little bit. I don't know what the fuck I'm doing, but still trying to work on an entry of some sort. Again, I still feel like this is pretty basic, but can I defeat the person I'm up against with this? Possibly. I mean, it's focused. I got one cut out. I got a couple effects. It's focused. I don't know. Spider-Gwen, Gwen Stacy from the Absorber Man wave. Very nice sculpt. The design is on point. The interchangeable head is nice, but this figure leaves a lot to be desired. I talked about this on my Instagram a couple of weeks ago. The fact that she didn't come with any interchangeable hands is sort of a bummer. I mean, you have the right hand that's always in that whipping pose, so it's kind of annoying when you want to just get in a vanilla stance. You gotta hide the hand, and the articulation sucks, man. You can barely get into a crouching pose. You can't really get in anything dynamic. The ab crunch or the upper torso, the movement there is very limited. She has single jointed elbows. I mean, it's just so many issues. You get her standing up, it's cool if you hide the hand and get her standing up in a vanilla pose, but it's just such a letdown with this figure. Looks pretty good here with Spider-Man, and I am definitely interested in getting all of the Spider-Verse characters and whatnot, but they definitely could have given us more with this figure. Hasbro is running some type of contest where they want people to replicate scenes from The Force Awakens, and we posted about it on our Instagram, and then I realized I only own like 2 Hasbro Force Awakens figures, Captain Phasma and Kylo Ren. I didn't bother trying to army build any of the troopers. I know quite a few people have done pretty well. My man Logan Stark, Wisman, my man G, have done. G has done really well. I was at his crib a couple of weeks ago. He's got a pretty massive Hasbro army. I stuck to the original trilogy figures for my army. But yeah, just a little vanilla something with Captain Phasma here, who actually turned out good. It actually is rivaling the figure arts version and in some ways. So, and we've got the Morbius figure here. I'm surprised how much I like this figure. It's a pretty basic figure, but it's cool. Would have been nice if they gave us some interchangeable hands and maybe a different head. Again, he's always going to have the claws out and a screaming face. So, you know, I just kind of want them to give you some variety and, you know, have it where you'll be able to do some vanilla things, some relaxed things. I mean, you know, but it works. Looks good. I haven't broken out this moon in a while. You can see the moon in the backdrop there. Came from Toys R Us. I might need to raise that a little bit, but we'll see. And there you have it. It's pretty good. So yeah, I tweaked this a little bit. I still think I wanted the moon to be just a little bit higher, but I couldn't find what I needed to make it work. I don't know, but yeah, I guess I could snap a few pictures. But bunch of layering here. I'll show you what it is. Just a bunch of layering to kind of make the building tops. I don't even have an edge on this building here, which probably I should have, but it's no big deal. Some shoe boxes. Just a bunch of layering. Big piece of felt there to black it out. I got the moon resting on a box there. But that's pretty much what you want to do, is just kind of layer everything. It's just all about the angles. That's all you got to worry about is the angles. And once you get a good angle, then you're good to go. Bless you. Got the Figma Leonidas figure, and just looking at the figure and just the sculpt and the design of the figure is very, very nice. But this figure has quite a few problems. I got a few gripes with the figure. It's a lot of moving parts as far as the cape and connecting the shield, and it connects, you know, at the strap and at the actual handle, and you know, you gotta change out the face and change the helmets according to what helmet you want to use, and this and that. It's a lot of moving parts, and I don't really have a problem with that. There's nothing wrong with that. But the left leg keeps popping out of the socket, which is a pain in the ass. I kind of wish that they had some wiring in the cape so you could do a few things, even though I do like the way it sits regardless. It works pretty well, sort of like the Black Series Vader cape in a way. So, you know, it's not really a huge deal. But then there's issues with the articulation. Again, the leg keeps popping off when you want to kind of do different things and do dynamic things. There's no upper bicep swivel. You know, just little things here and there. And it's not a cheap figure. It's a $70 figure. So, you know, think about that for a second. Now, don't get me wrong. Like I said, the look of the figure is great. They even did a good job on the face sculpts. I mean, you get like 3 additional sets of hands, the shield, the 2 helmets, the 2 faces. You get the sword and the spear. And then my other major gripe is that you can't sheath the sword. He has a sheath on his left side, but you can't put the sword in, which is just stupid. But you know, the look of the shield is nice, the armor, everything looks really, really good. It's just for $70, man, I can't see these little issues. It's just like, come on, you guys should have fixed that, you know. And there's Leonidas with the alternate head and without the cape and with the sword in his hand. And I got it set up on the Figma stand here because I'm about to put him in my case in a second. But like I said, the shield and you know, the details and everything were really nicely done. It's just leaves a bit to be desired. While we on the Figma kick, finally got one of my Figma horses from Emiya. This guy takes forever and a day. Still waiting on the white one. I'm gonna have to go to Maryland and smack this guy. This guy is the worst ever. But out of the package, the horse was very loose in the legs. I like the sculpt and the design, and I'm happy to have it. It's a great standalone piece, and it's a great piece for like some background shots if you had a couple of horses in like a field or something like that for some perspective. It goes okay with Link. He can get on the horse. I've got him on the horse. It took a little while to get him on. I think I took some pictures. Maybe I'll show them in a second. The horse will hold his weight with no problem without a stand, but you can actually use the Figma stand. It plugs in right in the underbelly of the horse. So when I actually display this in my case, in my Figma case, I will be using the Figma stands just to keep them up. But I put together a nice little just scene here. Use the bridges and some display props and prop them up on a shoebox, and I think this looks pretty good. Just doing something for Simple Sunday. I'll snap some shots of this, but I am happy with the horse. I do want to get the white one, but I will say that they are loose out of the package. That is one of the things that I've heard. The legs are a little loose, and after some time, I'm sure they will get excuse me, will get even worse if you're doing a lot with them. I won't be doing too much. Yeah. See how I set it up. Speaking of females and articulation, this Mockingbird figure actually came out pretty nice in terms of articulation. Definitely one of the best that they put out on the one of the best females that they put out in terms of articulation. Still leaves a little bit to be desired, but still very decent, and some nice little touches with the removable glasses. Obviously the hair is still an issue. Any females with long hair, you're not going to get the best range of motion on the head and neck. And yeah, still decent. Nice to pair up with Hawkeye here. Probably one of my least favorite superheroes altogether. Both of these two together. I've said this many times, but I've never really been a big fan of non-powered superheroes. But nice little scene here. Just switching it up and cycling through different things with different characters in different situations, making the most out of little dioramas that I put together, makeshift dioramas. Yeah, I do a lot of this, just switching out and different ideas. I got the Red Onslaught Builder figure here. I've been wanting to actually do something, but this is sort of a perspective shot, but I wanted to do something, where I would use the Onslaught and maybe use like hero clicks or something, because I know it was a moment in the comics where he was like really big. I guess he pretty much only stayed at this scale and this size for a little while, if I'm not mistaken. I didn't read that run, but when I Google search and look at some of the images, the final boss fight looked like he was like really big. So it's kind of what I was going for here, but I do want to get some hero clicks and maybe even do something with those like Tamashi build-ins and some scaling things with this Builder figure. Builder figure came out nice. I like it. Not a ton of articulation, but the design, the look of it, it's real sleek and nice. And once we get that alternate head that's going to come with Rogue or Kitty or whoever it's going to come with, that should be a real nice touch for you to take it back and do some 90s stuff. And big shout out to my man Darius, who hooked me up with the SH Figure Arts Luke Skywalker. I backtracked to get this, had to pay a little extra. I think I paid like $70 if I'm not mistaken, but that's the price that you pay if you wait and don't, get them directly from Japan, and you have to wait and get it through an American retailer. That's the price that you have to pay. So that's kind of what I was talking about. But I think the figure looks great, very nice and sleek. My only gripes are probably the hair color, which I talked about quite a few times in main course. It's gold. It's literally gold. Doesn't look great to me, and this is probably the weaker of the two head sculpts. I think it's a little bit off. I think the one that comes on him in the package is probably a little better, but as you can see, it's a really nice sleek design My only other gripe maybe would be like the knees, the lower legs look a little knock-kneed. But obviously this is totally shitting on the Black Series version, no question. Kind of see the knees there. They just look, like I said, they just look a little bit awkward to me. Not a big deal. Yeah, I figured I'd get one more scenario in before I take this down. I was trying to tweak Hawkeye's pose of him jumping off of the building to the next landing, but I just couldn't get it. I had posted a picture, and somebody had commented, I think it was Brandon, that his leg looked a little messed up. When I went and tried to fix the leg, I just couldn't get it right, and I said, fuck it. So I figured I'd just try to do one more thing, and then working on a little something here. Finished up the Onslaught wave. I guess I don't know if I went through all the figures yet in this episode, but we got a Scourge back there, utilizing a little muzzle flare from the Solid Snake, from the Figma Solid Snake figure. And then recently I was able to score some of the new shield agents from the Captain America wave, the Nick Fury figure, which I reviewed on my channel. So if you didn't see that, you should check it out. So yeah, just messing around a little bit here. I was able to get 3 soldiers so far. I'm seeing a lot of people army building them quick. Some of them went up on Hasbro Toy Shop the other day, and some people found them at retail, I guess. But quite a few cats in the community is already at 5 and 6 and 10. So I got to catch up. But working a little something here. Gotta get the light right. Got a little polyester down there for some smoke. And a little explosion, and this is coming along okay. Just gotta work out the light. More progress. Get a cutout on that explosion. And get some light under the explosion here. I put some light above to light up that muzzle flare. And I'll get a light in here too. Just gotta fix that. There we go, that's looking pretty good. Get a little more light from above. Really, Emma's about to die, but I'm pretty happy with this. I would have liked to have gotten his shield on the opposite side, facing the blast, but you know, with these shields, they're not painted on the inside with the rivets and everything like the Figure Arts ones, so it just doesn't look good from the other side. So I don't know. I'm still pretty happy with this overall. And shout out to my man Todd, aka Rectangular, for recommending the Mafex Darth Vader here. I'm really happy with this figure. As you can see, it's got the wire and the cape. It's a mix of the soft goods and the whatever. You know what I'm saying. It's really nice articulation. Probably my only gripe is I'm not 100% happy with the shape of the helmet. I still feel no one has really nailed it yet, but I don't know. It's a really nice figure. I'm really surprised, and I had kind of anticipated that I was gonna like it based off of his recommendation, and I pre-ordered the Mafex Boba Fett, which comes out later this year sometime. I don't remember when, but yeah, we got the SH Figure Arts Luke Skywalker in the back and the Mafex Vader here in the front, and they kind of complement each other. It looks pretty good with a little perspective. But I'm really digging this figure. It's definitely a nice one. If you get an opportunity to backtrack and get this, I would highly recommend it. Yeah, definitely feeling this Vader. It's nice. My only gripes probably is, like I said, is the head. The head doesn't turn as well as it probably could, and doesn't look down as well as it probably could either. And it would have been nice if they put the wire throughout the entire lining of the soft cloak or the soft goods. It's only sort of on the front panel or the front lining of it, which is kind of weird. But he comes with 4 different interchangeable hands. He has the unmasked head that we saw at the end of Return of the Jedi, and he's got an additional hand that you can use that will be the version that he has that was chopped off, and his lightsaber. So yeah, so that's 4 additional hands, and not including the 2 open hands that he comes with. So pretty decent, can't really complain. Picked up the Nama figure from one of my connects that I get stuff early from. I put a review up on my channel long ago. I'm sure many of you saw it already, but quick little setup. I'm doing 20 things at once, trying to actually shoot some main course here too. Really happy with the way this figure came out. Actually been recently catching up on a lot of comics. I think I mentioned that too in this episode, but I read all of Secret Wars or Secret War in its entirety, and it was really cool. I really liked the dynamic between the Illuminati members and the rivalry between Black Panther and Namor, and I just loved the way it was written, and I thought that was a really good story the way they put it, the way Hickman put it all together. Read a bunch of the tie-ins too, but I was really happy with that. Got Namor here coming in for a landing to meet with Black Panther. Yeah, just expanded on that idea a little bit. Got the Illuminati here. Like I said, I was reading. I read all of Secret War and a bunch of the ties. I'm gonna go back and read some of the Avengers stuff and get that read up to that issue where Black Panther and Black Bolt teamed up to try to kill Namor, and there was just a lot of stuff going on there. But I was just kind of thinking about the incursions in the book right now. That's why I put the red backdrop on there and just kind of got Namor arriving at his own time. Everybody's kind of waiting for him, and you can see Black Panther's body language, and he's kind of got his back to him. And yeah, just messing around here, putting together a little scene. I hope I got this lighting right. Alright, I really think I'm good now. I think I got enough light under the explosion. I had actually already took some pictures and posted them to the group. I always do that before I actually finish up, but I realized in some of the pictures the light, the neck to the light for the explosion was kind of showing. That's why I added some more debris over here just to cover that up and cover everything and make everything look pretty good. Maybe I could move Cat back a little bit too. Yeah, I think that all looks pretty good. The blood looks good. Smoke, everything. And I'll show you everything going back. I mean, and like I always say, I always set up stuff by framing everything in the camera. I'll just turn the camera on and just keep moving around in here and setting up everything until it's all in the frame and everything is good. So that way it's no reason to crop the shot afterwards and everything looks great. Usually it'll be the same. Like I'm recording a video right now. If I switch over to camera mode, I may have to adjust the camera just a little bit, up or down, left or right, just to frame it up again properly, but everything is just in the frame. I mean, looking at the entire display, front to back, you know, definitely looks a little different, but really what you want to do is just get everything together. Another thing I like to do is just kind of swap out stuff. When I already have the framework for something, I'll swap out the figures and try some different things. So now I'm just making it about the enemies getting the short end of the stick, pause. And Agent Venom here. I've been meaning to show this for a minute. My man Billy Mahoney touched up my Agent Venom, touched up all the white parts and fixed his holsters and put like paint detail on the buckles and stuff like that. Gave him the holster for the big Magnum. I have the Misty Knight Magnum in the holster right now in the front. I guess you could kind of see that, but I'm gonna need to just paint that silver, and I guess I'll show him a little closer after this. But let me swap this out real quick. And just like that, we can switch it up a little bit. Really happy with this Agent Venom. Like I said, I'll show him up close in a moment, sometime in this video. But I'm okay with this. And like I promised, here's a closer look at the Venom, so you can see he touched up all the pouches and stuff there. I actually don't even know if you could actually see, but all of these holsters are working holsters. Like I said, I just need to paint that Magnum. This holster works. Well, that one's in there kind of tight, but it works, trust me. But everything looks real good. Thanks to my man Billy Mahoney. Appreciate it. I've been meaning to show this for a minute. This is my single detolf in my living room. Just highlighting a couple things. Got the Black Series speeder bikes, Scout Trooper and speeder bikes. Got the SH Figure Arts Alien, one of a few that I have. Finally completed the Pit Builder figure a couple months back. The Marvel Legends Ghost Rider on the older bike here. Just on there with a A.C.B.A stand. For figure art stuff. Power Rangers, Mario and Luigi, SH Monster Arts, Predator, Wolf Predator, got Goku back there, got the Hulkbuster and Hulk, SH Figure Arts, an ode to all the Toy Biz villains, Spider-Man villains mostly. If you notice, Hasbro has redone a lot of these, so a few of them they probably still gonna redo. We got a new Carnage, we got a new Venom, we got a new Kraven, a Rhino Builder figure, we got the female Beetle, and we getting a new Juggernaut Builder figure. We got a new Jack-O-Lantern, we got a new Hobgoblin coming, we got a new Shocker coming. We definitely need a new Hydro Man, and that's the Spider-Man from the Fearsome Foes box set. Obviously they gave us a new Pizza Spidey. This Lizard still holds up pretty nicely, but I guess it'd be nice to get a new Lizard. Scorpion still holds up really nicely. Jigsaw, we could use a new Jigsaw, we could use a new Bullseye. We getting a new Electro. And we could definitely use a new Doc Ock. This will be my Transformers area for some Autobots. Still working on it. So I didn't really talk about Cottonmouth in this episode, but it's a nice figure. Standalone figure, not really too much you're going to be doing with them without the rest of the Serpent Society. I think they have rumors of one other character from the Serpent Society being made, maybe in that third Captain America wave that's supposed to be coming out. But who knows how long it'll take to get the full team. You know, a lot of people, this is like a C-list character for the most part. But again, the figure is actually pretty decent. So this was my setup for the 4th round of the Photo Combat tournament. I don't know, man. I had to rush because I didn't realize that the post date was Saturday until I woke up on Saturday. So pretty much spent most of the day trying to put this together, and I didn't even get in all the aspects that I wanted to. So I don't know what's gonna happen this round. I mean, I'm happy with the overall framework of it. Might not even be showing up that great on camera right now, but the pictures that I took looked decent. But my cutout was a little raggedy because the rimming that I did with the Sharpie was bleeding a little bit. So, you know, with your cutout being the main focus, that's definitely something that you want to avoid. That was like a real amateur move right there. But everything else looks good. I got Zemo with the Cosmic Cube, and just kind of looks like he's suspending the Avengers in animation, and he's turning Cap to an old man, and one of his hands is been like flayed to the bone, and that's kind of what I was going for. But the theme was the elements, so you're supposed to do something with fire, wind, water, or earth, or combine all of them, and I was trying to do like wind and fire here, and I had some portions of the Tamashii effect impact for earth that I removed from the set as I was gradually building it. They were kind of like disappearing within the figures, and it just wasn't looking good. But now that I'm looking at it, and those upper portions where there's still a lot of blue, I could have put the ground effect to make it look like he was just kind of raising everything up with the Cosmic Cube, and I just ran out of time. So hopefully my opponent will slip up a little bit too. If not, then I'm out, basically. But again, I still think it looks good the way I layered everything, and looks like they all float, and it's just a bunch of flight stands that I used to do that. So Just about angles, as I always say. I had this light in a different position before to kind of light up Cap in the cube and to cut out a bit more. I don't know if it's better on this side or on the opposite side, but I really do like the way Cap looks. That what I use for his head is actually like a mask. It's like a little miniature mask. I'll show you. So the hand is just stuck on there, and this is just, I use a smaller Cap face so the mask could actually fit on there. But that's how I did that. I use one of Iron Fist's hands to make it look like the glove was ripped off of that one, off of the left hand. Just shot a review for this 12-inch Spider-Man. Really like the way this figure came out. Just want to shoot him for a quick second for main course. I might actually use this staging area for some different things for this episode too, but just want to get him in this episode. So I got the Avengers, Toys R Us exclusive Avengers 3-pack, which I also reviewed. And that consists of Vision, you see here, Kate Bishop, Hawkeye, and Sam Wilson, Captain America. I'm pretty happy with this pack, and looking forward to trying to complete this all new Avengers team that they have, which consists of Vision and this uniform, Sam Wilson, Cap, Miles Morales, Spider-Man. I got the old Miles Morales Spider-Man here. We're going to be getting a new updated one in the next Spider-Man wave. Then they got a young chick named Kamala Khan who's calling herself Miss Marvel. Iron Man's on the team, and he has an armor that looks very similar to this older Extremis armor. I'm wondering if we'll get the one that they have in the comic book. Then they got Kid Nova, which I'm anticipating we'll get at some point as well, and then the female Thor, which should be a really nice addition if they do that at some point. But just taking some sort of like cover style shots here, just trying to wrap up some footage and put some things in between this episode, and yeah, moving right along. So those were picks from my round 5 entry for the A.C.B.A Photo Combat Tournament. The round 5 theme was like epic fail, and you had to use panels, and those were the panels that I used, and it was really like a lot of shit going on. It was just terrible, really. But I faced off against John Connor in that round, and his fucking display was epic and funny as hell. So I got eliminated. Obviously, I went through round 4, but honestly, I was on the ropes like the whole entire competition for the most part. At least I felt that way. Like I wasn't really displaying at the highest possible caliber, I don't think. But I did it for fun. You know, I did it just to kind of get in a ring and just kind of spar a little bit and get my feet wet for competition. I haven't done any competitions in a long fucking time, basically. But I had a really good time no matter what, and I had no problem losing to John Connor. But yeah, this is the Absorber Man Build-A-Figure. Some people don't really like this Build-A-Figure. I think it's a great Build-A-Figure. I was talking with my man GB about this Build-A-Figure, and we both agreed that it's probably one of the best that A.C.B.A put out. People say it's kind of too big. Not really. Absorber Man can kind of change his size at will and be really big and small and whatever. We've seen him get to like Giant Man proportions in the comic books, so I think it's great. Now this particular bath towers over the old Toy Biz version. It's, you know, in height and girth, and I think it's a really nice looking bath. Some people don't like the face. I think the face looks great. I think it looks real menacing and just villainish, and I think it looks really good. I really like this Build-A-Figure a lot. And shout out to my man Michael Wissman, who gave this Goliath figure a touch up. This is the Goliath from last year's SDCC exclusive that was not a Marvel Legends exclusive, that had a Marvel Legends in it. I don't know. It was like half Marvel Legends, half Marvel Universe exclusive. It was a hybrid of sorts. But I did actually get the set, and I never opened the set. But my young dude, I think it was Edward Tao, if I'm not mistaken, hooked me up with the Giant Man or the Goliath by itself. Because really, that's all I cared about out of the set. So I still have the set carded. I figured I'd just hold on to that for some trade bait or something down the line. And really, all I wanted was this Goliath, because we never had this figure in a regular 6-inch form. And I was thinking about doing like some MSD stuff with this, and with maybe like an MU Ultron or something like that. But Wisman touched them up, cleaned up the paint a little bit, because the paint job on this thing was just horrible. You can't really see, but he touched up the face and some of the yellow and stuff like that. But yeah, shout out to him. Now there's a better look at Mike's touched up Goliath. So Hasbro just recently gave us some more X-Men Marvel Legends news. Last week they finally revealed what Wolverine they will be putting in the upcoming Juggernaut Build-A-Figure wave. They showed all the package images of all the figures. They showed the Juggernaut Build-A-Figure in its entirety, and I'm pretty excited for this wave. I haven't been as excited for an Marvel Legends wave in a long time. Pretty much every character in the wave is good money. Probably my least anticipated figure might be Cable, maybe, because I just don't really care about that version of Cable. I think it was the version from when he was like after Second Coming, when he came back and he was like fighting the X-Men and the Avengers. I think it was like the story arc was called like X Sanction or something like that. But back to Wolverine. We thought this Wolverine here, when it first came out with the X-Force SDCC box set, was the best thing ever, and it seems like they're gonna be able to top that now with this new Wolverine. I'm just hoping that the buck is actually a little shorter. It looks like it has the butterfly joint on the shoulders, and it's the brown suit Wolverine. So hopefully we'll be getting a complete Jim Lee X-Men roster, so that would be really, really cool. Then after that, Marvelous News actually put out some more information about a rumored second X-Men wave to hit in 2016, and that included it was images that they put up, but it was just images that they I guess Jay over there came up with. It's no real confirmation on what costume looks it'll be or costume designs it'll be for each character, but the characters rumored to be in that second wave are Shatterstar, Colossus, Polaris, Sunfire, Dazzler, Cyclops, and another Wolverine. So I'm guessing that the second Wolverine will probably end up being the blue and yellow Wolverine, and I'm guessing that Cyclops will be the Jim Lee version. Sunfire will most likely be his classic look, which is also a look that he's sporting currently in the comics. Polaris, it could go either way. I think they may go with a modern look for her, though, since they put out a modern Havoc. Colossus, I'm thinking they're going to go with the Jim Lee Colossus. This Colossus that you see here is the X-Men Classics version, which is pretty much the same as the original Marvel Legends version, just lighter. It kind of went with the Astonishing X-Men run on the comic books. I really like this figure. I like the Colossus figure, so if they could pretty much improve on this and put out a better Jim Lee Colossus, maybe with the more angular head, paws, where it just looks more, I don't know, Jim Lee-esque. But Shatterstar, they could go either way with that as well. I'm thinking it'll be a classic Shatterstar. Hopefully they'll start trying to complete some X-Force characters, but they could go with the modern look and start doing some modern things for X Factor. I forget who was writing the most recent run of X Factor that I read, which was years ago. I want to say it was Peter David. I don't know. I'm not 100% sure on that, but that entire run was gold. If you never read it, it was very entertaining, funny, smart. It was really cool. So went to my stash in Toys R Us, and my local Toys R Us over the weekend. Took out this Strife. I kind of wanted the Jubilee head. I want to try to build another Jubilee. It's going to be pretty difficult. The X-Men wave was horrible, but still really difficult to get for whatever reason. It was really the Magneto that was just the worst ever. But I ended up getting this figure for 3 cents. 3 cents. It had been, I guess, out of stock or off the pegs for so long that it was marked all the way down to 3 cents. So it was a good thing that I held it in my stash for that long and got it out. This figure goes for some decent money, I guess, online. So I wasn't really a big fan of this figure, but for whatever reason, this is my second one. But the first one that I had, for whatever reason, I don't know, it didn't pose as nicely as this one. I don't know if that even really makes sense, but or maybe I don't know, maybe I just didn't care about it at that time. But for whatever reason, I had a little more fun kind of messing around with this particular one, even though I still think this figure could have been way, way better. Quite a few X-Men that we need do-overs for. You know, I'm hoping that when they put out the new Cyclops, I don't know, I'm okay with this mold that they've been using that you see here, but I kind of want them to try something else with Cyclops. I'm not sure. A lot of people didn't get this Emma Frost figure. She's going for still at least $100 or so online. It's not even that great of a figure, but it's just the scarcity of the figure. I would assume it'd be nice for them to update Emma Frost though on one of the newer bucks. Same thing with Hope, who I really don't even care about their character that much, but this figure was put out prematurely on those older molds that they were using for the female. So it'd be nice to get an update on that. Nama I'm totally happy with. This one obviously is the Walgreens exclusive. Still hasn't officially dropped yet, but this version doesn't actually have the X on the belt for when he was running around with the X-Men. No big deal. It'd be nice to get a Thunderbird figure, which is Warpath's brother who passed away. In the comics, many people don't even know that there was a difference between the two. I'd love to put together the old 80s X-Men team. I forget who showed a picture of that team. Maybe it was Slings or Todd that showed a picture of the team that had Thunderbird and Nightcrawler and Cyclops and I don't know, I forget who else was on the team, but it'd be nice to put together that team. Magneto absolutely needs a do-over. You know, the old Toy Biz version is still pretty decent. This is a mashup of the Toy Biz version head and helmet on the newer one that they put out in that scarce X-Men wave that had that was the Jubilee Build-A-Figure wave basically, and that Magneto was just horrible. It's just horrible. They need to definitely do that over. It'd be nice to see that, see Magneto on a new buck. But I'm thinking that if they do a new Magneto, it'll probably be one of the more modern costumes, the all-white costume, or maybe the red and black costume he's sporting currently in X-Force, I guess it is, which I'm not a fan of either one of those. This Toy Biz Nightcrawler figure still holds up pretty damn well. It's a very, very nice figure. I have a few of these, and it's still a really nice figure. But to see them maybe tackle that again would be really nice with the more modern costume where he had the X on his chest and belt maybe, or on the chest. It's a very similar costume to this, just some added lines and I think the X on the chest. Man, I had this Pizza Spidey and this little kid posed on my desk like this for like a month, like over a month. And I finally just took him down and put him into a little something, posed up some other modern Avengers, I guess. But you know, I say that a lot to kind of pre-post stuff, a few things, you know, before you actually place it down into the area that you're going to stage for your setup or whatever. It's good to kind of really get all of the poses as accurate as you can. You know, this is a real relaxed scene, but it took a minute to get everybody posed up right. I don't even know what I was doing here, but I just opened a new pack of Series 4 cutouts. This is one of the cutouts here. I could probably run the edge of this one with a little black, but I was just shooting a lot of in-between stuff for this episode basically right now. What did I want to talk about? Oh, Spider-Man Legends. They recently showed a picture of Ashley Barton, Spider Girl or Spider Woman, from the next wave of Spider-Man Marvel Legends. We had already seen most of the figures from that wave. We didn't really see, or we knew what figures were going to be released, but we didn't see the looks for every single figure. And Ashley Barton was one of the ones they were holding out on. And I think a lot of people didn't realize that she is Spider Girl from the Old Man Logan storyline. And then a couple of days later, there's a rumor that drops about Wolverine line of Legends that should come out in 2017 that may have Old Man Logan in it. So maybe we'll see some Hulk family people at some point. That would be cool. But yeah, getting back to Spider-Man, we're gonna get the Miles Morales Spider-Man, which will have a unmasked head. We knew that since Toy Fair, as will the Peter Parker Spider, and both of those molds are on a smaller, new teenage size buck. They recently showed the unmasked, somebody I guess overseas in China or something showed the unmasked Peter Parker head, and man, from what I saw, it looked very similar to the artwork on Bendis's Ultimate Spider-Man, to how Peter was drawn during that time. I thought the head sculpt looked pretty good from what I saw. We gotta wait to see some more close-up pics, I guess. But then they showed Electro finally. Again, these are all pictures from like China. It's not Hasbro's official images just yet, I don't think. But it looks like a modern look for Electro with the unmasked bald head, but they're giving you the extra head with the classic look. And we'll get Hobgoblin in that wave, and we'll also get Silk. And then they talked about I think they talked about another wave, if I'm not mistaken. Let me check. Yeah, I can't really remember. I was trying to look it up, but I don't feel like it. But we know that Space Venom's gonna be the Builder figure for that wave, and we saw a little bit of him. It was like a really blurry bullshit ass picture that had came out. We talked about some of this stuff on the A.C.B.A. podcast, but definitely excited for the second half of this year into the final quarter of the year as far as releases. July is going to be nuts with San Diego Comic-Con and all the releases coming out that month, but a lot of stuff drops at retail in July. A lot of stuff that I have on pre-order through Japan I'm gonna have to pay for in July. July is gonna be an expensive month, and historically that has been the case. July has always been a huge month for collectors and spending money. Alright, got the SH Figuarts Mace Windu figure, Samuel Jackson. This figure is fire. I like this figure a lot. I started off this episode with the Obi-Wan. This figure is not much different as far as the mechanics and the look of the figure. Mace Windu's a little bit taller. It's not the same exact body mold, but again, the mechanics of the figures is still very similar. I like this figure a lot. Same interchangeable parts, couple sets of hands, a different head. This is actually the alternate head on him right now, which looks a little more angry, a little more menacing. The other face looks a little more docile. You get the one saber which you can attach to his belt, and then you get one that you can the one that he has in his hand, the actual saber, the lightsaber is removable, and you can just slide that through the hand. And I mean, just everything about this figure is really nice. The look and design of the figure is just really clean. They did an excellent job on this figure. Really happy with this figure. Then I also got 3 clone troopers here, which I got from my man Rick Dom, which you can who you've heard on the A.C.B.A. podcast on Sundays. He hooked me up with these 3 at a very reasonable price. Probably won't be able to get these for a reasonable price anymore right now. If I could snag 2 more, I guess I'll be okay. A little switch up so you can see some different things. The clone troopers come with the small blaster, which is what you see in the guy's hand on Mace's left, and there's the lightsaber, the purple lightsaber, one of the open hands for Mace. And yeah, man, I'm really liking the way these. There's a few things I want to touch on before I get out of here. Series 4 of the articulated comic book art cutouts are shipping, or they should have all shipped by the time you see this, more than likely. And I just got to remind people that when you're filling out your information on the site, when you're ordering something, the way our website is set up is that you have to fill out your information. We do actually get your. Actually, we don't get your PayPal address. So you fill out your own address on the site. So a lot of you dudes need to go back to 4th grade. Yo, you do not know how to write a correct address. You guys don't be capitalizing the first letters of the street or the avenue. You forget to put the city. Like, come on, dudes. You guys are all grown. I know we need you guys to write the names better. First and last name, the address. Make sure everything is capitalized how it should be. Don't forget your city, your zip code. Fill out everything so that way we don't. So your cutouts don't get misplaced. We end up actually having to spend a lot of money to send out replacement packs. We do that as a courtesy, but it's expensive. So help us help you, and please fill out your address correctly when you're ordering something from the website. That's actually a good segue into the next thing I want to talk about, which is the fact that we are opening up our retail sales department to now include action figures. So we're going to be selling action figures off of the A.C.B.A. website. It'll be select merchandise, but it'll be things obviously in tune with A.C.B.A. and with the collecting and displaying community. I think one of the first things that we'll have up there is pre-orders for the Juggernaut Build-A-Figure wave. So a lot of places are sold out right now, but I'm hoping that you'll be able to get that information in the underbar of this video. We'll be having a lot of unique things on the site, coupling some figures with some of our own products and giving a lot of deals and discounts, and we're going to be giving away a lot of stuff too. So definitely look out for that. Talking about giving away stuff, I wanted to actually give a shout out to a young man that my sister put me on to. My sister's an accountant, and during tax season she does taxes as like a moonlighting thing, I guess, or something a little extra money. And one of her clients, her son is an avid collector and a fan of A.C.B.A. And I don't even know how they got to talking or how this came up, but I guess my sister mentioned my channel or mentioned me, and the kid was like, "Oh wow, that's your brother." And so I just wanted to give a big shout out to Xavier Stallings. I hope you're watching this, man. It's been a long time overdue for me to give you a shout out and say what's up. Hit me up, man. I got something for you. I got a little something for you, man. So just try to message me or hit me up if you can. And I want to give a big shout out to my man Ja, whose crib I was at this past weekend. Many times throughout main course, you've seen us get together over his crib or over my man G's crib, but over there in Jersey, that's our East Coast A.C.B.A. meetup. We went to his house this past weekend because this was going to be his last weekend and our last cookout over his crib before he moves from New Jersey to Virginia. So much love to my man Ja and to his wife Queen and to his family. And hopefully I'll get to kick it with you one more time before you bounce. But much love to you, brother. And then talking about the opening up for retail sales, I mean, we've been selling stuff, obviously, for the past few years, and we've done very, very well in the past 2 or 3 years. So I just want to thank everybody for supporting us. But we are officially licensed because, in order to sell things other than like t-shirts and little trinkets and things like that, you actually have to be licensed to do that. So that was another big power move, a big step that we made this past week. So I'm really excited and happy about that, and slowly but surely turning my hobby, my passion for my hobby into a lucrative business, man. So again, just thank you to everybody who's supported me in this endeavor. And much love to all of you guys. And shout out to my man Fabio, a.k.a. Colonel Crackers, who was at PowerCon this past weekend and got to kick it with the guys from the Articulated Icons Kickstarter campaign, or the guys from the Fushu put together that campaign. And yo, these ninjas, baby. If you didn't get on these ninjas, man, it's still a little time to pre-order. But Fabio actually did an interview with them. I guess that'll be up on the A.C.B.A community channel shortly, or in the next couple of days. And it's a really good interview. So shout out to Colonel Cracker. Shout out to all my dudes that appear on the podcast every Sunday. Pharaoh Black, Rick Dom, Emiya, Starlock, and I think that's it. I'm a little sippy right now, drinking some wine, feeling fine. All right, I think that's it. I think I touched on a few little things that I need to touch on. I'm always forgetting, son. Shout out to my man Brandosaurus Rex, who just texted me right now, asked me about some bullshit, some Figma or Reveltech houses. I don't know what you're talking about, man. But much love to my man B. And I think that's it, man. This has been another episode of Main Course. Thanks for tuning in. This was a rough episode. You know, this is my first video back in a long time. Oh, I hit 10,000, officially hit 10,000 subscribers on YouTube, which is absolutely nothing. You know, I got a real modest channel here. I've been on YouTube since 2009, I guess. But you know, I got a pretty niche thing going on here, and a cult following, I guess you can say. So shout out to everybody that tunes into this. This next episode of Main Course is going to be nuts. I got a lot of stuff coming in, so gearing up for the next episode and coming close to 100 episodes. But 10,000 followers. I think I announced that I was over 1 million views a minute ago, so maybe I'm getting close to 1.5 or something now. I don't know. But you know, I'm gonna keep going, keep it raw like it's been on this channel. Keep doing it the same way that I've been doing it. You know, we're not gonna change up, and that's what it is. All right, until next time, y'all. Peace.
That's crispy.